welcome to SVG-TV News for Tuesday, 9th October 2018. I'm Investor Boynes with the details. Taiwan's economy is continuing its upward trend with a near 3% growth recorded for 2017, and unemployment for the first half of 2018 stood at 3.5%, a 17-year low. This data was shared by Taiwan's ambassadors to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Calvin Ho, at the country's 107th National Day anniversary celebrations yesterday, where Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves was also a featured speaker. The Prime Minister spoke about the quality of the relationship between both countries and said he would love to see more Taiwan nationals investing in SVG. Larissa Pugs-Decade has more.
In a colorful ceremony at the Methodist Church Hall, Taiwan's Ambassador Calvin Ho, highlighting his country's economic performance, said that for the past 3 years, Taiwan's economy grew by an average 2.86%. Ambassador Ho said that while unemployment decreased, Taiwan workers remain well paid. He added that despite these pluses, the government of Taiwan is still working to bring about further improvements that will continue to benefit its people.
To ensure people's quality of life and employment, our central and local government have been working to implement housing policies that will see housing justice done. To help elderly people live more fulfilling lives and to reduce the burden on families and young people, the government is putting together a multi-prolonged long-term care system. Since its implementation, the well-executed program has served many people.
Ambassador Ho highlighted their input into various developmental works in SVG, including the Argyle International Airport, the Rabuka Bridge, and the scholarship programs. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who congratulated the Republic of China, Taiwan on the observance of their National Day, spoke about the strong emerging people-to-people relations between both countries. While thanking Taiwan for its contributions to the development of SVG thus far, Dr. Gonsalves said he would like to see more direct investment from Taiwan's private sector into SVG.
More private sector Taiwanese investment in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'd like to see that. Well, we have opportunities. It'd be wonderful, for instance, if they can bring, now that we expand in tourism, for them to get involved in hotel development and also in the process bring a beautiful Chinese restaurant where we can feel very good in going to a top-class Chinese restaurant.
Dr. Gonsalves also commended Taiwan for helping to revolutionize education in SVG.
And as important as the airport is, as important as the Rabuka Bridge is, as important as the National Library is, as important as all those physical structures are, as important as the help given to the farmers with this successful program, the program which is etched in the hearts and minds of the people of this country and which will benefit us forever and ever, is your participation in the education revolution. And I want to thank you.
Noting that SVG also enjoys a good relationship with mainland China, with whom there is no diplomatic ties, Dr. Gonsalves said he hopes that the relationship with Taiwan will continue to grow.
Celebrating the 107th anniversary of the Republic of China, Taiwan, does not stop me from saying that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has engagements with the People's Republic of China, even though we do not have diplomatic relations with them, because the PRC has decided on a one China policy in terms of state. You notice my formulation is that there is one Chinese civilization with different political expressions. Not one state. There's a civilization, and we are interfacing with that civilization. And we work with the PRC in the Caribbean Development Bank.
Dr. Gonzalez also referred to Taiwan's treatment at the international level, noting that while Taiwan is a member of the World Trade Organization, they are excluded from membership in UN specialized agencies such as the World Health Organization. Reporting for SVG-TV News, I am Larissa Pugsley-Kidd.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has reiterated his position on SVG's diplomatic relations with Taiwan and its relationship with the Republic of China. PM Gonsalves, who was addressing the audience at the 107th anniversary of the ROC's National Day, said he is prepared to debate the matter publicly, but ultimately it will be the decision of the people of SVG where they stand at the next general elections.
I know that there are some people in this country who are arguing that we should break relations with Taiwan and establish them with the People's Republic of China. I say to them, I am ready for that debate in 2020 when we face the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in our usual 5-year examinations. Ready to face that.
Stating that he is optimistic of a fifth term in office, PM Gonsalves said he is certain that the issue of SVG maintaining diplomatic relations with Taiwan or recognizing the One China policy will be ventilated on the political platform for the 2020 elections.
What you have gotten from me here would only be a short snippet of what I will say at that time. So I ask those who are so intended to walk back. To walk back. To walk back. My brother says I couldn't resist. Well, this is about relationships between states, and relationships between states is about politics and principle. And I spoke both here tonight.
In an effort to ensure a comprehensive analysis of the country's poverty levels, 8 communities across St. Vincent and the Grenadines will soon contribute to a participatory poverty assessment, a PPA. The Ministry of National Mobilization, Social Development, Family, Gender Affairs, Persons with Disability and Youth in St. Vincent and the Grenadines launched a PPA training workshop on Monday, 10th September 2018. In his opening remarks at the workshop, Minister in the Ministry of National Mobilization, Social Development, Family, Gender Affairs, Persons with Disability and Youth, Frederick Stevenson, said the results of the study would place the ministry in a better position to serve the public equitably. He explained that the PPA study should not only be seen as another activity by the ministry, but as a responsibility and a commitment of the public. According to a media release, the collaboration between the Ministry of National Mobilization, Social Development, Family, Gender Affairs, Persons with Disability and Youth, and the OECS Commission is one of the mechanisms used by the Enhanced Country Poverty Assessment to build capacity in member states. The Enhanced Country Poverty Assessment, the ECPA project, is funded by the Caribbean Development Bank and administered by the OECS Commission. Visitors arriving by cruise ships will not only be able to enjoy the crystal clear waters and green landscape of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but will also get a taste of this country's rich history, culture, and artistic talent. This as the cruise administrators add to the packages on offer a display of the artwork of local artist Shanique Stewart at the cruise ship terminal. SVG-TV's Barvin Oliver has more.
When cruise ship visitors step off their ships and enter the cruise ship terminal this season, they will be walking into an atmosphere filled with music, colorful sights, and fine artwork. Among the art pieces that will be on show at the cruise ship terminal is a float created by local artist Shanique Stewart. Stewart said her desire was to create a piece which combines everything that represents St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
First of all, you can't miss this sign, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You know it's St. Vincent and the Grenadines because the name is right there. Then you're going to go on to see our national bird and some of the persons that represent our country, Indians, Garifunas, Caribs. You know, you must know it's St. Vincent when you look at this.
She said the art piece is interactive that will allow the visitor to make memories while being a part of the artwork. Stewart exudes confidence that her work will create a buzz amongst the visitors.
Art is really a big deal in the outer world, so to bring it down here, it's going to attract people. Once we're different with it, it's going to attract persons to come to our country. Then they're going to want to know more about our culture, the foods we eat, and so forth. And people are interested in us, and we do have a culture. We just need to focus on it and push it out there.
Meanwhile, the manager of the cruise ship terminal, Nicole Hazelgun Monroe, says Stewart's artistic skill is recognized around Kingstown and is delighted that she will be able to design an interactive art piece.
We wanted to make another type of mural, but this time so that persons can actually go and be a part of the mural. So she came up with the idea of using plywood. I asked her to have some of the faces cut out so actually people could put their face into it and be a part of it. And this is what she came up with, this beautiful piece. It has a lot of the different cultural aspects of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It has our national hero, Chatoye. It has the parrot, the flag, and so forth. So when the visitors come, what we expect is that they will come and go onto the platform and be able to take pictures with all these different images.
She said the fort is a fine addition to the art pieces displayed at the terminal, which showcases Vincentian talent to the world.
We also have a mural inside the terminal that showcased more of the carnival, the Vinci Mass. Has all the different costumes and so forth over the years. So we have that piece. We also have a piece inside a mural on the wall that showcased the steel pan. Two steel pan players, and that's usually where we set up our entertainment. So it allows persons to go in front of the art pieces, take pictures, and a lot of times we've been seeing that they've been posting them on social media. So it's a good promotion for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, a good promotion for our culture and what we have to offer here.
The first ship for the 2018-2019 cruise ship season is expected to arrive in SVG on November the 1st, giving artists an opportunity to display their talent to the world. For SVG-TV Evening News, I am Bavin Oliver.
The community must play a role if persons with mental illnesses are to lead productive lives. So says Counsel at the Mental Health Rehabilitation Center, Samuel Joyce, as the institution held its open day today. The open day was part of activities to observe Mental Health Week and was used to encourage interaction between patients and the public. Joyce said once released from the institution, many persons are stigmatized in the community in which they live, which is counterproductive. The counsellor said through positive interactions during events such as the Mental Health Open Day, the community can be a part of the solution.
Here, once or twice. If you shout too loudly in the community, you're stigmatized. Oh, like you need the medication again, so they call the police, and the police will take up that person and bring him back. It's important that the community understand that part of the whole process of rehabilitation is the interaction with the patient. Okay, and that's the reason why I take that as one of my activity on a regular basis, to take out a group of patients, maybe 5, 10, or sometimes even more than that, on the lawn, and we'll kick ball and so forth. People will pass in and see us together, so they would understand, okay, after all, you can really associate with these people. They're not as all bad and dangerous as sometimes it's perceived. So it is of critical importance that the community treat them well, reduce that level of stigma and discrimination against them, so they can help them to be integrated back into the society as quickly as possible.
Joyce said many counsellors have taken the opportunity to make regular visits to former patients of the institution, which continue to yield positive results.
What I also do after they have left, like patients who I've interacted with and counsel with, I would go and visit them in their homes, in their communities. All right, because I promised them, I said, look, when you go out from here, I'm coming to look for you, and I will go visit with them and talk with them. And it does something for them, because whereas somebody might still be shying away from them, here is somebody who comes to look for me. And the community is watching you going towards that person's home, and they might say, boy, you have to be careful because XYZ is the case. But you boldly go, talk to this individual, have a laugh, have a talk, and that helps to boost the spirit and the confidence of the individual. And, it makes him feel human again. I'm part of the system, part of the main, right? Because people are relating to me. That is of critical importance.
Another councillor, Anya Abbott, called on the families to offer the support which persons suffering with mental health problems need.
Mental health can affect anybody, and just as how we would want a person to treat us if it was us in that position, let's do the same for that person who would have already succumbed to mental illness. They are human too. They need family. They have a life. Their life ahead can be bright, but we are the ones that have to help them. All right, so let's work together as family and as a community.
Children are among the most vulnerable groups in society, and as such, programs must be in place to ensure their safety during and after a natural disaster. So said Education Officer responsible for disaster management and school safety, Dr. Idalia Ferdinand, as the Ministry of Education, in collaboration with UNICEF, began a 3-day workshop today. The workshop brought together representatives from the Ministry of Education and early childhood educators and is designed to address rapid response to emergencies in the early childhood setting. Dr. Ferdinand said over time the effects of climate change became worse, creating several weather events causing losses for children and educators alike. She said the workshop is timely as it would help create a mindset of preparedness among educators.
Over the last 10 years or so, we have experienced devastation from weather-related systems. We can recall Hurricane Thomas in 2010, floods in 2011, flood in December 2013, which left 9 dead and another 4 missing, as well as troughs in 2016. These systems wreak havoc on our country, affecting people, housing, road, agriculture, water, electricity, communication systems, and result in millions of dollars of losses. The education sector is no exception, as schools and content are damaged, staff and children encounter loss, and the recovery cost is quite extensive. The frequency and intensity of such hazards are likely to increase. And we as a society need to make the necessary adjustment to create a culture of safety. Hence, the reason why we are here, ensuring that in the early childhood sector, we are preparing.
Dr. Ferdinand said the Ministry of Education has also embarked on several programs designed to create resilience against natural hazards and ensure the safety of children.
The Ministry is working assiduously with various institutions to implement a 3-pillar approach to safe schools, which includes ensuring that our school facilities, our buildings are safe, that our schools include disaster management system, including plans and drills, which you'll hear more about later on, and that disaster risk reduction and climate change are integrated in our curriculum. Again, you will hear more about that later. We are also undertaking projects to ensure that there are guidelines which would help in building safer schools. And we are working in collaboration with the OECS and many of our partners on these initiatives.
Dr. Ferdinand said it is hoped that all educators will be able to effectively create and implement disaster preparedness strategies for their respective institutions.
Education, National Reconciliation and Information is happy to partner with UNICEF in undertaking this 3-day workshop on rapid response to emergencies in early childhood setting. We look forward to a very productive, active, and fruitful exercise, and we hope that you, the participants, will be equipped to go back to your various early childhood centers and put preparedness measures in place for any.
Police are investigating a report of rape made by a 35-year-old domestic on behalf of her 14-year-old daughter, both of Otley Hall. The police said in a release that on Wednesday, October 3rd at Camden Park, an unknown man reportedly had unlawful sexual intercourse with the 14-year-old student. Police are soliciting the assistance of the public to provide any information that might lead to the identification and apprehension of the alleged assailant.